You are likely accustomed to the typical weather in Minecraft: rain, snow in cool biomes, and occasional thunderstorms. But what if I told you that I've introduced a mode to this survival game that includes hail, hurricanes, tornadoes, and more? Just look at how rapidly the trees get demolished. There's virtually no chance of survival afterward. I've spiced things up with 70 new biomes that were intended to be added but never made it into the game. The objective of this survival is clear: build a secure base impervious to extreme weather and defeat the dragon. This storyline captivates me the most, and if you are eagerly awaiting the next part, you know what to do. I am Skillux, and now let the adventure begin. We spawned in a chilly part of our world, and I have a book in my inventory detailing the various biomes added by the mods. There's quite a diverse range, including additions to the Nether and the End. Although I'm not keen on building our house in a snowy biome, so let's see how things unfold. As always, our first task is to gather wood and kick off our adventure. Planks, a crafting table, and sticks. We fashion our initial pickaxe. Stone, upgrade, coal remains as essential as ever. Let's craft the rest of our tools, and it's time to scout for a location for our future base. I spot a portal. Iron nuggets, a valuable find. Continuing through the seasonal forest, I eventually reach a village, where I take some resources, bed, food, and seeds for my future farms. I decided that I wouldn't sleep until I found a place for my home. Navigating the forest at night proves challenging. A coniferous forest appears on our way, with snow-covered ground and frozen rivers. After traversing several hundred blocks, I stumble upon a more appealing biome, the Borealis Grove. Honestly, it seems like an ideal spot to settle down. I spend the remainder of the night in a local cave and commence exploring the area at dawn. Discovering the small plain, it seems like the optimal spot in this forest to establish our settlement. Now let's clear some inventory space and begin felling trees for our future home. In the cave, I gathered cobblestone and began constructing the floor and outlining it with spruce logs. For the walls, birch will be the material of choice. The trees in this biome are incredibly tall, making it challenging to fell them completely. By the way, we have 3 iron nuggets, and for safety, crafting a shield would be wise. Since I need more cobblestone, I started mining a shaft and completing the last section of the walls. For the roof, I'll utilize a mix of cobblestone and spruce planks. After adding more logs, completing the walls, it looks quite promising for a start. Okay, this is how the interior will look. Now we need sand for the glass. Hey, are you gonna be my pet? Let's add door, lighting, and windows. Finally, we can move all our stuff into our new home. Here will be all the greenery, and here wood and other items. It looks like it might rain soon because of that cloud. And I need to add more windows to observe everything from all sides.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
No. I think we need to light up a cave a bit, and of course level the area after the creeper. As expected, it started to rain. I hope it's just rain, nothing more. After a few minutes it stopped completely, and I decided to build a small garden near the lake where I plant all the seeds I have. I believe this area will suffice for our initial farm. Currently I only have wheat seeds, but in the future we'll expand our crops. Since I don't have much food now, we'll also be eating meat. However, in the future I'd like to have a large farm with various crops and avoid harming animals. While strolling around my surroundings, I noticed that we live between 2 lifeless meadows, and to be honest I couldn't even fathom what the consequences it might lead to. The next day I replanted trees near my area and decided to explore the portal that had been near my house all this time. The golden helmet could come in handy since I don't have any armor yet. Now I believe it's time to finally venture into the cave. My primary objectives are iron and coal. We can even make a bucket now, which is the second crucial item that could prove very useful. After smelting the iron, I crafted the armor. Now we have officially entered the Iron Age. Meanwhile, our crops are growing bit by bit. I anticipate the need for a much larger farm in the future, so collecting more seeds won't be redundant. Let's also flatten the area near our house, and I envision this becoming our main farm. Initially it'll be small, but later it'll definitely expand. Let's add the fence, lighting, and level the area a bit more. By the way, this will be our entrance to the shaft. In the meanwhile, I will continue mining. We'll need many more resources, and caves are the best choice for us. Upon resurfacing, I was shocked. It looks like it was something huge. It left destruction in its wake, trees are left without leaves, and it even took some dirt. It seems like it was a kind of hurricane, and I'm actually glad that our buildings are okay. After adding more chests for efficient sorting, I decided that it would be more prudent to make the roof out of cobblestone. I hope that stone can't be moved by tornadoes, otherwise our efforts might be in vain. To be honest, I didn't feel much safer now. Now, equipped with a decent amount of iron, we can finally make all the necessary tools. The stone ones will find their place in a separate chest. Meanwhile, it's already day 9. Our crops are nearly fully grown, and I think about expanding them a bit. This area seems sufficient for our future needs. As evening fell, the weather began to get worse. It's just a thunderstorm, right? But I think it'll be safer inside. And I spent all the night sorting loot in the chests. Morning was quite windy and the storm cloud has already passed. I think it's a good time to restore the forest after the storm. That's why I chop all the damaged trees. Some of them still bear leaves, but we'll remove them as well, making space for new beautiful saplings. The night is far from calm. It seems like something huge is coming. The leaves started to fly away. I think it's a bad sign. I'm not sure if our house can weather this storm. It was the nearest tree to my house, and it seems like a tornado started to suck it in. Enderman! It seems to have passed my house, and just before it, the tornado took an unexpected turn, sparing us. Now I'm not sure if we can survive in this place, but I'll try my best. The trees in the tornado's path are destroyed, but fortunately my buildings remain intact. I think we should protect our crops because they are very vulnerable to such weather, and we'll need sand for that. While it's melting, I started rebuilding the farm. I want to build a greenhouse, and I think it's a good idea. At least our crops will have a roof, and that's the most important thing. Oh, it looks absolutely perfect, even beyond my expectations. Now I feel much safer in here. Let's add a path to our greenhouse, some leaves, some greenery, and don't forget about the pathway to our shaft. Whoa, whoa. Please. I hope it won't reach us. Maybe it will turn to the other side. It seems like it heading to the right, at least I hope so. I don't want to go through rebuilding everything, and I didn't anticipate these occurrences to be so frequent. Perhaps it's somehow related to our location. I think we need to create some kind of basement here, because now I fear for my life. We're playing hardcore, everything can be reconstructed, but I can't afford to die. The leaves started to ascend, and as you can see it can even blow me away a little bit. It shows no mercy to this forest. In fact, it may be the reason why all the surrounding biomes are desolate meadows. We need to reinforce our cellar somehow. At least it would be our safe place. The tornado is on the right side of our house, and it appears to be heading towards us. Every second it comes closer and closer. I've already barricaded all the windows. They don't look secure, although my house doesn't seem safe either compared to this tornado. But we don't have much choice. It's getting closer, almost reaching my house, and it even started to uproot the closest tree. Okay, I want to salvage at least all the valuable resources. I'm uncertain if the tornado is directly above our house, but I hope we'll survive. The wind is so strong, and it somehow started to destroy my house, even though I have a stone roof. Now it's even taking down the walls, and I don't know if we'll survive. I thought cobblestone is resistant to such weather, but apparently not. Look at all those holes in my house, no way. All the windows are shattered, walls and roof severely damaged. The entire forest is destroyed, and our farm, nothing survived. I couldn't even anticipate the strength of this tornado. Just look at this hole in our house, nothing is alive anymore. Just look at these dead trunks. There is no way to restore our greenhouse, and I don't even know if it's worth it. Now we can't even be sure what the material to use and if this material even exists. Yeah, I think the best option for us is to move. So let's take everything valuable we can. And I don't even know if we have something left because I spent all the resources on restoring our area after weather's influence. But I'll definitely take a bet. This place was really good at the beginning and I made many plans for our future buildings, but we have no other choice. Tornadoes are so strong and it's very dangerous to stay here. Now we set off on a journey and I hope we'll find something more suitable for us. We have many biomes and alternatives after all. Wow, look at this black ice. I've never seen it before. Nearby was a village where I spent the night. I don't know how far we are from the warm region, but I hope we'll encounter it soon because there are a wider range of biomes to choose. Wow, look at this spectacular view! These cliffs! I didn't even suspect that something gorgeous like this exists. We've traveled roughly 3000 blocks and stumbled upon a relatively warm biome. Frankly, this place is breathtaking. I've always envisioned settling in a location like this. Picture a large village nestled within these cliffs, with houses and farms connected by bridges. This place looks incredibly safe and cozy. I'm sure that these cliffs were formed through the long-term weathering and it'll be safe to settle here. The entrance will be somewhere around here. Initially, we need to construct stairs, and I'm not sure about the optimal height for our house, but this seems suitable. Let's store all the items I have in this chest, because our future house will be here. Look at this view from here and how big that tree is. I think we have to visit this place because we will need a lot of wood to build our house. I fashioned a sort of downhill elevator, but I'm planning an extensive elevator system in here in the future. The side view is astonishing. I could gaze at it indefinitely. Finally, we're in a biome with the giant trees. This is definitely the biggest one, but for now let's start with a smaller tree. It's called redwood, and to be honest, planks from it looks quite appealing. They're relatively easy to chop, and I hope 2 of them will suffice. Afterward, we'll need some sand for the windows. Now let's kick off the construction of our house. I plan to use birch and redwood. It appears to be the beautiful combination. I'm uncertain about the wood varieties available in this world, but for the time being this seems like the best choice. Day 21 started with the constructing of the walls, interior decoration and the roofing process. Initially I considered using redwood logs, but then I realized that cobblestone would be a better choice. Let's incorporate the windows, and now we have to excavate the area for the attic. The floor will also consist of birch. 2 layers of logs ensure resilience to various weather conditions. We'll add windows here too, along with some minor refinements. By day 23 everything was completed. Honestly, it looks impressive from the outside. In the future we might expand to more cliffs and construct an extensive base. By the way, we should address that hole in the ground. We can create another exit in a more convenient location. Currently it's just a staircase, but eventually we'll transform it into a fully functional elevator. Now let's organize all the loot we've acquired so far. We'll have a chest for wood and in the attic less valuable resources. I also spotted another village nearby, and I think we should visit it later because it contains hay bales which may come in handy. Recognizing the importance of sugarcane in the future, let's begin expanding our plantations now. And since I'm running low on resources, we can start mining our shaft. Soon I came across a cave which is more useful for us at the moment, as it provides various ores including iron and coal. Before long, I found a second diamond vein, and it contains more than 1 ore. This means that we can finally craft our first diamond tool, a pickaxe. The pickaxe is precisely why I ventured into the cave. The primary goal is of course lava, as we need obsidian for both the enchanting table and the portal. Finally, I'm back on the surface. After sorting all the useless blocks, only valuable resources remain in my inventory. I even obtained 9 diamonds, which is quite decent for now. Let's smelt all the ores, and while they are smelting, I've decided to visit the village I saw earlier. In the chests I found some food and emeralds, but the hay is the main thing. Here I even discovered some bookshelves. After sorting everything I could find, I left with more than a stack of hay bales, which should suffice for the next 50 days. I've already made some bread at home, and I'll leave the rest of the hay in the chest for future use. Day 28 brings some new plans, and I believe it's time to venture into the nether. What's going on with those creepers? Our portal will now serve as the entrance to our cliff. Let's proceed to the nether. Upon arrival, I found myself in a new Amberbog biome with a fortress conveniently located near our portal. This was an unexpected but welcome surprise. By the way, the blue netherrock is exclusive to this biome. I quickly located the entrance to the tunnels, where I hope to find valuable chests. It's a warped coral. The first chest yielded nether warts, while the second contained obsidian and some gold. The abundance of lava posed a constant threat, but nevertheless I found a soul sand which will be useful for us. and dealing with ifrits may become necessary. I gathered 9 rods, which should be enough for the near future. Now it's time to return to the overworld. Yeah, for our elevator, kelp is essential as it creates water sources. Today seems suitable to embark on our journey in search of the ocean. Opting for the redwood forest side, I hope we'll swiftly reach the ocean. Wow, look at this beautiful flower called foxglove. I might gather some for future use. Green apples even grow here. Wow. At last we've reached the ocean. I'll keep some kelp in reserve, who knows when we might need it. On the way back home the weather deteriorated, perhaps due to that cloud. Me and even a pig sought refuge under the trees. After a while the weather improved and I decided to resume my journey homeward. Now it's finally time to construct the elevator. I'm uncertain about its final appearance, but we have a small problem. I don't want to enter the water, but I do this because of the thin fence. So I believe we can replace it with a cobble one. Oh, it works perfectly. Now going up and down is much faster. I've been contemplating this for a while now. I think we need a proper entrance to our cliff. For that we'll need different types of stone. Maybe flatten the surrounding area a bit, and I think it'll resemble our house, with a roof of cobblestone and corners made of redwood logs. Something is already taking shape. Let's add the walls from the other side and expand the interior. There will be 2 floors here, and the second one will also serve as the attic. However, I'm running low on wood, so I decide to return to redwood forest, aiming to chop down this tree. It's quite huge and I'm not even sure if 2 iron axes will be enough. Yeah, a massive stump remains to which I'll return later. Now I have a sufficient amount of wood and we can proceed with the construction. I've chosen redwood logs for the first floor and let's use slabs for the second one. Don't forget about the stairs to the shaft, and I think everything is done. I envision having an enchanting table on the second floor, and on the first one we'll have the portal as the entrance, the elevator to our house and a descent to the shaft. Oh, how I adore this sunrise. It seems like a good day to gather all our gold and head into the nether. This time my objective is to find a bastion and engage in trade with piglins. There are numerous new biomes here and each with its unique beauty. Wow, look at this purple biome with mushrooms. It looks insane. I even spotted some ore here. It seems like emeralds. It's emeraldite and I don't even know how to use it, but I'll take it just in case. And look at this thing. Is it a new structure or something? Is it a part of the bastion? I've never seen it before. It's some kind of tower of rings and it looks really atmospheric here. Look at all those chains hanging from the roof. It's just breathtaking. By the way, I finally found the bastion and I think the best option for us is to carefully dig through it. Brutal piglins are quite dangerous. Our first chest is already here and the loot is useless, but I came here for trading with piglins. And yes, here we can even mine some gold blocks. I think we can trade with those guys as well. They're quite generous because I've already gotten the first pearls. I have 10 pearls and even 4 fire resistance potions, which may come in handy in the future. I don't want to explore another part of the bastion here because it's pretty time consuming and I already have more loot than I even wanted. On the way back I decided to mine more emeraldite and find out why I might need it, but I couldn't find any crafts with it. Also, I visited an unexplored forest where I found diamond horse armor and a saddle. I think we can try to ride a horse later. And back to the overworld. At home I already sorted all the gathered resources and crafted a new pickaxe because mine was already almost broken. After that I gathered all the cane I have and I think it's time for enchanting. In summary, I can craft 14 bookshelves and we can even see the type of wood we used to craft it. I think they fit in perfectly here. But we need 2 more levels. I'm sorry cow, but I need leather so much. And we even have fortune 3 on our pickaxe. Wow, look at these enchantments. Efficiency 4, Fortune 3 and Unbreaking 3. The best of the best. Now with this pickaxe we can seriously go to the shaft. We'll continue mining our tunnel down and explore all the caves on the way. Ooh, diamonds. Alright, I'm already at the height of the lava lakes. Let's create a small checkpoint here and leave all the unnecessary loot. We'll continue our mining on the straight line, and as always I'll be using my mining tactic where I'll be digging small tunnels on the sides every 2 blocks. I think it's the most efficient way to find ores. I've already explored and lit up all the shaft, and I think we can finally return back. Before returning, let's add the stairs here. Let's melt all the ores, and I think we can continue expanding our base. In my plans I have building the mobs farm, and I think we can place it somewhere around there. But first we'll need to gather more wood for this, especially birch. I will craft 3 axes, and now my target is only birch. Alright guys, I think I overdid everything, because now this forest is almost without any birch left. What's going on with that villager? I don't even know if we'll use it someday. But for now, let's start building our first bridge. We'll connect it to this near cliff. Let's also add the lighting here. And now we need to build a bridge to that cliff as well. Yeah, here only water can help us. After a day of work, the bridge was done. Now we need to add some decorations and under the bridge as well. I will use chains because they look cool and fit in perfectly here. After some thinking, I came to the conclusion that we don't have much space here, and we'd better build our farm on that near cliff, which looks much bigger and suitable it. And since my plans were changed, we still need somehow decorate this cliff, and I think we'll make our second building here. I'm not sure what will be in here, but we'll have at least a spectacular view. The floor will be made of birch logs, for walls we'll be using planks. The roof will be an interesting shape. It's already looking good, isn't it? Let's add the redwood logs and finally windows. I think it looks really cool, and we still need to build a mobs farm. And for that we will need to connect cliffs with each other.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Yeah, I think here's enough space for the farm. So I started to mine. Oh, a big cloud is coming towards us. Is it a hail? Oh, it's a hail. I think it's not scary, right? By the way, here will be the center of our farm where all the mobs will end up. We'll need a lot of stone because I want to make our farm in a cliff style. I'm not sure how it will look in the end, but I hope at least not bad. Let's also light the cliff, and it's already time to finish this platform. Let's place the water all around, and as I said before, all the mobs will get to the center in the end where they will be killed. Now let's make the mechanism for our farm. It'll be the simple timer for which I use plates and water, and the bot will just cycle there and press a plate for future activating the main mechanism of flushing mobs of the platforms. By the way, this is how our platform will look, and we'll need about 10 of them. It looks like the weather turned bad very fast. Why could it be? Oh. Oh. I didn't expect that. Zombie, he's gone. Do we have any chance to survive it? Look at all those mobs, they're stuck under my house, no way. And it seems like the tornado even started to destroy my bridge. The tornado has already passed us, and it left destruction on its path. And one of our bridges is damaged a bit. On the next day I've already fixed it, everything looks like it was before. Meanwhile the tornado has completely gone. Let's continue building the farm, or mining to be more precise. Alright guys, I've already made 8 floors, and I think it'll be enough for our farm. And now we need to build a shade cover for mobs to easily spawn here. And we need to light all the cliff, by the way. Now is the main part. We need some resources from the nether, and while I was looking for quartz, I even noticed some ore on the roof. I've actually never seen it before. It's pandorite? Wow. And finally quartz. I think we'll find out what to do with this ore later, but now I have other plans. All the mobs will be flushed to this hole where they will be killed by magma, and here all the loot will be collected by this minecart and delivered to the chests. Now we need to build a flushing mechanism. For it, we'll use dispensers and absorbers. Each dispenser will pour the water, and each absorber will react to this water and make other dispensers do the same. Now it's finally finished. As for me, it looks really good, and as you can see, mobs even started to spawn. The one downside is the sound of dispensers. Their echo can be heard even near my house. Let's address the panderite ore I obtained in the nether. There might be a way to smelt it because it's a raw panderite, but it seems not so simple. Okay, what I found in my book is that we can craft cool tools using this ore, but nothing mentions obtaining the ingot. Perhaps the blast furnace will work for us. Oh, it works! The final product is scraps. Can we craft something using them? We can't. We need to somehow get ingots. Alright, I found a craft for it. And we'll need emeraldite shards I got before while traveling in the nether. We need 4 panderite scraps, 2 diamonds and 2 shards. That's how panderite ingot is crafted. It can upgrade netherite tools, but you know, we don't even have netherite. I'll say more, we still use iron armor and tools. I think it's finally time for the upgrade, because I have a whole 32 diamonds and I even forgot about them. Let's start with repairing our pickaxe. Now let's craft the sword, axe, chestplate, shovel and pants. Yeah, the food is starting to run out, meaning we need to build a farm. It'll be somewhere between the entrance and the house. For now, let's excavate some space. I think 2 floors for the farm will be enough, and we'll need dirt because, you know, seeds can only grow on it. As always, I'll use redwood as the main material, and truth be told, I really like its look. In my supplies I found potato seeds, meaning we can use them on our farm. I think in the future this will be our main food source. By the way, we need to modify our elevator so that we can reach our floor without any problem. From this side we can easily go up and down to our house, and from the other side we can easily reach our farm. And we can even add a sign for easier distinguishing. Yeah, our mobs farm works pretty effectively. By the way, we need experience because I want to enchant all my stuff, and the fastest thing would be killing the dragon. Yeah, not sure how far the stronghold is from our house, but I decided to tame a horse, and even if it's not too fast, it should help me with my journey. Okay guys, the eye already points to the other side, and I think we can start digging it over here. I dug out in the cave near the stronghold. It was a library, and even with a useful book, Unbreaking 3. In another chest I found 1 pearl, which actually will be useful for us, considering that I lost 1 on the way here. Some iron.
Došao sam da te ubijem. Eto dotle. Opa.
I've been exploring this stronghold for 15 minutes now, and I still can find a portal. Is it normal? Did you know that in hardcore spiders can spawn with different effects? And invisibility is the coolest one for me. Okay, the second library is here. Bread. I've almost run out of all my food. I even found a shaft, but I can't find the portal. Does it even exist here? Hooray, the portal! I think we'll return later to it, because now I only have 2 pieces of bread. Yeah, we actually have huge problems with the food, because nothing has already grown. So while we wait, it won't be redundant to brew some potions. Did you know that I had 34 hay bales all this time? Of course you knew, you just didn't want to say. Alright, we have 6 potions. It'll be more than enough. Now let's return to the stronghold. It's so beautiful here. I think we are ready now, so off we go. The first thing is to dig out of here. Wow, I didn't know that the end is so beautiful. Now our objective is to destroy all the crystals, and then it'll be the dragon's turn.
In the corner of the room, not ready to resume, 'cause like I'm taking, don't wanna be alone, but I'm not in the zone. I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for somebody, I'm looking for somebody.
All in all, I managed to collect 68th level, and that should be enough for my plans. Obviously, we could visit another islands and find the Elytra, but not now. Let's not forget about the Dragon's Ball, and we go back to the overworld. Yeah, I forgot that I took my bat with me, and it means that we appear somewhere far from the house. Just look at this destruction, it was just mud on Tornado's way. Day 66. We are finally able to enchant everything we want. The first one will be an axe with efficiency 4. Then I crafted a helmet. Re-enchanted the axe with additional unbreaking, pants with protection 4 and a sword with looting 3. Whoa, that's really OP. Shovel and chestplate with protection 4. By the way, I spent all the rest of my experience on bows, but I didn't find infinity. But in any case, we finally have a superb armor and tools, except for the boots. On the next day, I went to the bigger village I have near my house. I think it's finally time to start trading, and here, by the way, many unemployed villagers. The most useful block was fletching table, and a fletcher profession is actually something we need to get as many emeralds as we want. The guy I'd like to trade with is a cartographer, but the main drawback is that we don't have much paper in our supplies. By the way, only now did I notice this huge cave near the village. Oh, I'm sorry for the interruption. Did you notice that creepers started to appear pretty often? Okay, let's craft a new shield. The next trade was with glass panes. After mining sand, I was able to easily upgrade the villager to the next trade and at the same time earn some emeralds. Everything was done for the Woodland Explorer map. Truth be told, I haven't had a proper travel yet. Let's buy 2 maps and I think we'll explore the ocean monument later, but now it's time for the mansion. The map says that we need to go to that side. Not sure what waits for us on the way, but I'd like to see different biomes because even here we can observe this beautiful endless forest. Who knows what we'll encounter soon? And it would be better to enclose this lava here because it even managed to destroy the tree. Do you know what I noticed on my way? It seems like our old base. Damaged trees are very noticeable from the side. Can you even imagine the number of tornadoes that go through this place? It seems they even dig such a path on their way. It's really terrible. By the way, our house is still here, even despite the damage caused by tornadoes. And what about our greenhouse? It's completely destroyed. Probably using glass as the main material was a bad idea. By the way, our resources are still here. However, the second floor looks severely damaged. In the furnaces, I found coal that I forgot to take, so I think we can do it now. It may come in handy. Yeah, this is the massive destruction. Probably in the future this biome will become a continuation of the Lifeless Meadow. It seems like we finally encountered a warmer region. This part of the forest seems to be plantless, but some animals still dwell here. Wow, look at the smoke. It comes from there, and I would never have noticed this village if not the smoke. Here I found some loot in the forge, and since it's already starting to get dark, I found a free house and spent the night here. Despite the beauty of this village, I decided to continue my journey following the map. Very soon I even encountered a black rose. It looks just like a wither rose, but doesn't give any effects. And even near this cute pumpkin meadow I found a village. Pumpkin village. Oh, plains on our way. It seems like the dot on the map started moving on one side, and it means that now we need to head only in this direction. Oh, here it finally is. It was quite a long way from my house to here. About 15,000 blocks. The mansion is located near a taiga, which makes it even more beautiful. Yeah, I'm quite afraid of walkers, so I suggest carefully eliminating them before going inside. And we finally have a totem. By the way, some berries are growing on the trees, and considering the fact that I don't have much food, it might be useful. And somewhere over here must be a secret room, but I'm not sure. Guys, is it okay that half of the bastion is on fire? We need to at least save the bookshelves. The lava spawned right inside the mansion, no way. All the villagers of this place are burning, there is no chance to survive for them. Even the rain started in the evening, but it doesn't seem to be helping at all. We can try to put out the fire, but there is no chance, especially with a tornado in the vicinity. I notice another walker, and yes, we kill him. Fast, yeah. Here's another room with cabinets, and there should be a chest. Lead and name tag could be useful. The mansion bears the merciless brand of the fire, almost nothing remains. Perhaps this chest is from the secret room. A diamond hoe. Will we need it? There is another unexplored chest. Yet another diamond hoe. Tornado looming. It appears headed straight to the mansion. Rain started and the tornado seems to encroach on the island. The upward flow intensifies. An astonishing sight. Destruction is complete, and in this juncture I decide to return home. Traveling back 15,000 blocks seems impractical. A wiser option is to return through the nether. But before that, I opt to collect flowers in this biome. They're incredibly beautiful and would make a fine addition to our base in the future. Creeper! Let's go back. Finally, I arrive. Honestly, these 2 golden apples comprise my entire food supply. However, we are back. Oh, and the challenge is completed. I got a lot of loot from this trip and it's really worth it. Here I harvest some crops replenishing our food supply. Now let's return to the nether. It's time to upgrade to the netherite. Mining between 2 chunks is the best tactic. Here is panderite ore, seemingly not that rare. Half the pickaxe is used, yet no ancient debris found. Perhaps the blue netherrack is the cause. Maybe finding a place without as blue netherrack could yield results. Yeah, no ancient debris and my pickaxe is nearly broken. We should address this. There's been this wolf near my territory for a while and I think it's time to tame it. It can guard our cliff entrance. However, we're low on iron and diamonds. I need to repair the pickaxe, so I decide to venture into the mine. Last time we were digging in that direction. Now let's explore this one. After a few days of mining, I've got 33 diamonds. Fortune 3 is truly the best enchantment. Now is the most suitable time to upgrade. All that's left is boots. Additionally, I enchanted a new pickaxe with efficiency 4, boots with protection 3, then combined 2 pickaxes to repair and upgrade our old one to efficiency 5. Now we're officially in a diamond age. Next, I harvested some wheat from my garden and went back to the nether. This time I'm determined to find netherite. It can be obtained by looting the bastion or finding the proper biome. Okay, I'm clearly in the nether waste biome, and even here I see blue netherrack. Finally, something valuable is on our way. This bastion seems quite extensive, so maybe it holds a bunch of resources. First, we need to deal with the pigs. And then we get full access to the chests. To be honest, there is not much of value here, but a golden carrot is always good food. Now let's proceed to the second part of the structure. Here I very easily found netherite scraps, and even sneaked into the main part of the bastion. There is a bunch of gold. And the most valuable chest in which I found the whole netherite ingot. For now, this bastion has run out of steam, so we continue our journey. Soon I encounter the Crimson Forest. It's quite dangerous due to the mobs here. I'm not sure, but I hope the netherrock here is normal. Yes! I'm at the 14th height and the netherrock is red. We finally found this biome. To be honest, I didn't expect this to be so challenging. Now I hope that the ancient debris actually spawns here. Yeah, our first ancient debris that we can actually mine. It generated right near the infected netherrock, so we need to avoid leaving this biome. After a while, my pickaxe has only 250 points left, and I think 14 pieces of debris will be enough for us. Since we are still in this biome, I'd like to bring some shroom lights with me. Oh, this sunrise is the best ever. After smelting all the debris, I was able to craft 4 ingots and 1 from the bastion. In addition to that, we still have pandarite ingots, so let's begin our upgrades. The first thing on our list obviously will be the pickaxe. Now we finally can upgrade it to netherite. And let's also use the pandarite ingot. It seems like the durability of it increases a lot and it fits perfectly for us. It actually looks pretty cool from the side. After that, I upgraded a helmet and pants. And since I want to use the second pandarite ingot, I decided to upgrade our axe as well. Pandarite ingots can only be used on tools, so it's worth it. The last netherite ingot I decided to leave for better times. Now let's use shroom lights. They fit perfectly into our elevator, and now it looks much safer to use. Day 94. I realized that all the wood that I had before has already been used, and we need to replenish the supplies. One of the main trees I'd like to get is birch. By the way, do you remember this huge tree? We already have a pandarite axe, and I think we are ready for it. It seems like a storm is coming, or maybe even hail. But we continue our work. Truth be told, I only made stairs to the top of the tree, and it took quite a long amount of time. Now we start chopping the tree from the top. By the way, that's even convenient, and that's why I like chopping such trees. I've already cut all the branches and only stump is left. It's just like ASMR. Final blocks, and we don't have enough room in our inventory to store all the blocks. Yeah, I think this amount of wood will be enough for the near future. How many saplings do I need to grow such a tree? For now, my plan is to build a super furnace on the neighboring cliff. I think it'll be somewhere over here, but before that we need to mine some more iron, because it'll be the main material for the mechanism. I think that the cave near the village can provide us with everything we need, like coal and iron. Already at home, I melted all the ores and started digging up a space for our furnace. We'll need lots of hoppers, and that's the main reason why I went for the iron. Our furnace will work 8 times faster than the normal one, and now I'll show you how to build it. All the loot that we want to melt will get into these 2 minecarts. We can even hide them under blocks, and it'll still work. Now we need to organize the fuel supply. It's quite an easy part, because all the charcoal will be supplied on the rails, and for that we'll use the minecart with a hopper as well. Alright, now it works fine. Now we need to organize the melted resources supply. I'm not sure how this redstone works, but it seems like the observer can't see the information about a block inside. But the comparator can, and after a full day of attempts, I came to this result. All the loot from the furnaces will go to this dropper, and then it'll be thrown into this loot elevator. Now we need to create a place where all the loot will be headed. I think a chest here will be the best option. And it's time to put everything to the test. I've already added coal to the chest for fuel, and logs are in the chest for loot. The furnaces have started working, and all the smelted loot is going to the elevator, which then delivers it right into the chest. Yep.
Yeah, boy.
On the neighboring cliff, I had the idea to build a sugarcane farm, but after a few tests I concluded it might not be a good idea. I think the best option would be to build it somewhere on the land, perhaps right under our river. It doesn't seem like a bad idea, so let's proceed. We will need quite a bit of space for it, but that shouldn't be a problem with our pickaxe. I'll even use glass so that our farm will be visible from above. For now, I decided to build half of the farm because I don't have much sugarcane, but later we'll expand it to the whole width of the river. A sugarcane farm is the easiest farm from all. It doesn't require many resources, and usually everything works smoothly. A minecart will collect loot from the plantations, which will be growing on dirt. Next to it we pour some water and decorate it with some light and redwood. Observers will check if the sugarcane has already grown, and redstone will be used to activate the pistons. We don't have much sugarcane now, but we'll be expanding our plantations, so don't worry. Now we need to organize loot supply into this chest. As before, I'll be using the same mechanism with a dropper. All the loot will be delivered right here. Let's throw something to test it, and it should appear into this chest. Yeah, everything works perfectly. Later we will return to this farm. I think it was a good idea to build it under the river, didn't it? I've noticed a tornado in the distance. Not sure if it's heading in our direction, but let's see. Yeah, it's definitely moving in our direction. The weather turned bad very fast, and it seems like the village is right on the tornado's path. It's not our primary concern, so whatever. Yeah, probably roofs made of logs were a good idea, because it seems like the damage is not significant. But we have another problem. The tornado is heading towards another village where there are a lot of villagers with whom I traded before. I'm not sure, but it seems like the tornado altered its path a bit, and it shouldn't hit the village. By the way, I'm curious about what happens to the mobs that are sucked in the tornado. It seems like the sheep just disappeared, but let's observe the horse. And it disappeared as well. Wow, just look at this path. Tornado destroyed everything on its way. On the next day I found out that we don't have much iron and everything was spent on the furnace and sugarcane farm. So I decided to see the destructions after the tornado, then found a cave with quite a lot of mobs. But we don't touch anybody, we just need iron, right? Do you wanna jump from the cliff? And you? Oh, you're resisting? Don't resist, everything will be okay. First we light up everything here and then deal with the mobs. Thank you, Creeper. Skeletons decided to deal with the spider and then one of them decided to betray another. I think it's enough case for now, so let's go back home. With our furnace we don't even have to worry about all the loot, that's insane. On the 94th day I decide to visit the Nether. What's going on with creepers in this world? We'll need to find a fire to repair the portal. This time I'd like to get wither skulls. I don't think that our fortress is suitable for it, so let's find something better. Okay, it's the second fortress and I already see a bunch of wither skeletons. I don't know how much time we'll need, but it seems like a good fortress at least. Oh, finally I got the third one. Now we need to find a way out of here and return to the overworld. I've got lots of blaze rods and we can even use them as fuel, so it'll be an addition to our furnace. I'm now at a place where the last tornado hit and just look at these destructions. There is my base and I think this place will be good for defeating the wither. Everything is dug up to the stone, but despite that cows managed to survive. Maybe they're just too fat for tornadoes. Anyway, let's summon the wither. We still have some potions of strength, so I think it'll be easy.
Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking.
Yeah, that was quite easy. I think even no cows died here. Oh, one of them died after all. And yeah, since we're in this place now, I think it's a good opportunity to get some coal. I think it's the easiest way to mine coal, because it's just everywhere here. Already at home I craft the beacon, and we don't have enough resources to the full beacon. And I don't even know where to place it. We'll need to allocate a separate cliff for it later. But for now, let's just get an achievement at least. And yeah, as I promised, we need to finish our sugarcane farm. We already have some sugarcane in our supplies, and it means that we can expand our plantations. Also, I'd like to completely finish our farm, and it means that it has to be of river width. We lengthen the railways, add more dirt, more observers, redstone and pistons. Finally, sugarcane. Now we have completely finished the farm, and it looks quite appealing from the outside, like some kind of tunnel. Day 100 was quite relaxing. I didn't start any project because we don't have much time for it, and I just harvested crops and added some decorations to my house interior. Thank you for watching. If you want me to continue surviving in this world, you can suggest your mods to add to the survival in the comments. That was 100 days with realistic weather, and see you soon.